Welcome to the channel. So today we're checking out this story whereby a billionaire CEO, I think that's from Atlassian, and Atlassian is the company that pretty much is the creator of Jira. If you've ever worked in tech support or something like that, you know, or you worked in tech or in the corporate world, especially in the tech sector, you definitely know what Atlassian or what company Atlassian or what products Atlassian is associated with. So apparently the CEO has replaced 150 workers with AI. And from how I'm seeing it, there's going to be more people that are going to be replaced. But I actually think as much as AI will replace people, there's going to be a tipping point. And I don't think we will be able to, or most of the businesses or the world in general will be able to cross that bridge. And you know what? I'll give that take later on in the video. So far, let's see what these guys have to say.
Some grim news today that could well be a portent of more to come as 150 jobs disappear in the tech industries. Jobs to be replaced by artificial intelligence. The jobs are to be cut from Atlassian, the Sydney-based global software success story that's made billionaires of its local founders. One of them, CEO Mike Cannon-Brookes, broke the news to his staff today in a pre-recorded video message. As The Australian reported, Cannon-Brookes appeared in a hoodie from his home office, springing the news on 150 staff that they would be laid off.
This is just so shady, man. Sometimes some of these guys, how people treat employees or how people treat staff it's so callous, it's so, I don't know, it's like you're a widget, which you truly are, to be honest. Like, I think the problem is the part whereby as a CEO, you're just used to seeing figures, numbers, and you're worried about so-called bigger things. And, it's like, I don't know, it's like just going up there, you kind of suffer from, what is it called? Like when you go up the mountain and then you don't have oxygen anymore and it impedes your brain function, you know? And kind of feels like this is what happens as far as attitude is concerned, like in general, like as far as most people. I don't know what it is that you'll find someone start a company, really nice, really cool. Then the moment things just get a little bit way big and they have all this publicity and everything, they completely turn into a different person. Treat everyone like freaking widgets. I don't know what it is. But I think it's because of, I don't know, pretty much the shallowness within us comes in and takes root. As they say, money is an amplifier, you know. So a lot of, maybe they were pretending when they were starting, you know, so that they can be able to gain favor from people. And once they reach a point where they don't need the favor from so-called people or employees or anyone else, yeah, you get to truly see their true colors. Anyway, let's continue.
And replaced in large measure with artificial intelligence. Yep, the AI-related job losses are in customer services, with Cannon-Brookes saying customer complaints in future would likely be handled largely through AI.
To be honest, I think this is going to fail because, number one, the more things are becoming too antisocial. First of all, because of social media and the part whereby people rarely interact anymore. So it's going to become a situation whereby they're going to pile up on this AI thing. They're going to absolutely go nuts with it. And it's gonna leave a very big gap in the market whereby most people will actually just stop working with companies that employ AI because they would like to deal with a human being who's able to understand certain nuances. And as much as they can say that, yeah, AI will be able to sort out a lot of things and figure out how to be able to mimic human behaviors, I still believe nothing can beat 37 degrees Celsius. When I say that, I mean the human heart, the human psyche, the human empathy, all this. I don't think a machine can be able to actually get there. It can mimic it, but at the end of the day, people are going to get to a point where the more things change, the more they don't change. We're going to get to a point whereby people will be like, okay, if I call, I get an AI that actually sorts my problem. But you know what? What happens when the AI is not able to sort your problem? Are they going to employ another AI, or is it going to be a situation whereby there's going to be humans there Either way, I think there's going to be humans there to sort out your problems. What they're going to do is pretty much send people through a funnel, an AI funnel, to basically remove people who, how can I say, their problems are not that complicated, which makes sense, which AI can sort out. But eventually, so it's a case whereby the more we solve, the more these problems are being solved, the more we create new ones. And the more we create new ones, I think the more new problems are going to be created from this whole AI thing, the more we're going to need even more human intervention. So there is going to be jobs. There's going to be new jobs on how to deal with the problems that AI can't, or AI is going to bring. And I think one of the biggest jobs that AI is going to actually bring is therapy and basically dealing with people who are over-relying on technology, or simply a lot of people who don't have human contact. And I think that will affect people massively. As much as most people are like, oh yeah, everyone is about social battery, everyone is about, oh, I don't like humans and stuff like that. Truth is, you do. Otherwise, there's like a billion universes, God could have actually or nature, or whatever the fuck this energy or this ether is, could have actually made it that you ended up in one of those planets just by yourself. But that didn't happen. You're here with everyone, including me. So that means you are a byproduct of everything around, especially other humans. And without that structure, you'll disintegrate. I do believe that. So anyway, let's continue.
The job cuts come at a troubled time for Atlassian, when its market capitalisation has fallen by billions of dollars as its co-founders have gone their separate ways, and the company has suffered a series of embarrassing revelations. Yet the other co-founder, Mike Farquhar, has been talking up the job and investment opportunities for Australia from AI and the related data centres.
I think there's a great opportunity for us to go out to governments in the region and attract their investment to build data centres in Australia.
Yeah, he reckons Australia could become a regional hub, although we'll need a lot more power, reliable power, to do that. Still, with today's job losses reportedly coming as a shock to Atlassian staff, it's worth looking back at an earlier comment from Cannon Brooks about his biggest mistake in his early days as a CEO.
I do think, number one, that the amount of power that is going to be needed by a lot of these so-called AI companies, or for the data centers, for all of this, is going to be massive. But again, most of it, I don't know if it's because mostly AI is about scraping. It's scraping the web, if you didn't know. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make AI be able to reason and generate itself, like the generative AI, but still it's all scraping from already existing data, which other humans contribute. And from what I've seen lately, when you Google something, Google feeds you AI. And there's a lot of people who are actually just unaliving or removing their websites, especially if it had a lot of information, because they're not getting any traffic and you have employees. I mean, it's absolutely, why would you have it that way? So most people I've seen a couple of websites whereby they've basically put like a, how can I say, like a paywall. Like you have to pay like €2 subscription to be able to access it. And on top of that, there's going to be I think another thing that's going to come later on is, if you want to use their content for AI and stuff, that you have to pay for every single search, or every single time the AI crawler comes looking for information through your website. And there's going to be trackers, or there's going to be a system that you're going to be able to use to actually see and get paid. The same way when people when people come to your website, or when people come to your videos and you get your AdSense. So I think that's also another revenue generating opportunity that's about to come in, which will also impede AI. So right now, I think it's about the hype. It's about let's fluff it. Let's build it up. But eventually, once people start losing their jobs, or once people's businesses start being affected, which it's already happening, people are going to come out like, hey, pay up, man. I can't have a website or an employees here, and I'm not getting anything from searches. People are not coming to the website. The only people who are coming to the websites are basically the loyal customers or people who've been there all along. So search as an industry is gonna be very, very, very heavily affected.
It's probably learning to fire people quickly enough. Actually, if I had to have one big mistake, the only times we've made huge egregious errors is where we've let someone who was a good person in the wrong job stay around for too long just because we were gutless.
I guess he's not so gutless now. The AI revolution is bound to cost many jobs in coming years. The big question is how many others it might create.
So AI is going to create a lot of jobs, but it's going to create jobs which are basically solving AI problems, which means a lot of upskilling. And this upskilling, the problem with the upskilling part is, what are you upskilling in? You get? Like, if you're gonna, let's say you decide to upskill in how to repair certain AI services. Like, chances are by the time you're finishing a course or whatever training syllabus that you're going to use, that particular function has already been patched by AI. And on top of that, I actually don't think it's actually even healthy anymore to put students through a 4-year university graduate program. That whole thing needs to be reduced. It needs to be all condensed. Same for masters. I think it all needs to be condensed now. It needs to be a situation whereby people need to learn as fast as possible, because it seems like right now, if you're, let's say, a computer science student or electrical engineering student or any other engineering student or even finance and accounting, by the time you finish, most of your entry level capabilities of what it is that you've actually learned can already be done by AI. And what's even worse is sometimes I think even people right now are finding out that what they're learning in school can already be done by AI. And they're using AI to actually do their assignments. And now it's a case whereby lecturers are fighting against AI through this detector services like, is it Copyright or something, or Copyscape? Yeah, to find out if you're using AI. Because it means that AI is able to do that. That means there's a very, very, very big gap in that area. And schools are not able to actually train. They just want to, they are stuck. They just want to collect as much money as possible, because they're also realizing that the gig is also up for them. So my other part, or my take in general, is AI is going to create a lot of jobs, but also I think there's going to be a place whereby they will stop, not really stop, but they will slow down. Because right now it looks like a very profitable venture, and every CEO is just jumping on it. Government organizations are also jumping on it. But now the problem is it's going to become like the home office situation. And I do believe so. Because you see, home office is actually efficient. You don't need offices, you don't need office buildings, you don't need some office equipment and all that stuff. Cheap. And on top of that, also the office hours, guess what? People are able to be like, okay, you know what? I can actually finish my work. Even tomorrow's work or even tomorrow's assignment today. So there was quite a lot of efficiency. And there was efficiency on the organization side and inefficiency on the workers. And when I say inefficiency on the workers, I mean workers were, like, people actually found ways, like people are finishing working at 8 o'clock, and when they were in the office at 5, clock out and you're gone. But at home office, people are like, okay, you know, I can just push a little bit. If something is basically left undone or something needs to be finished. But that's not the case anymore. They cut home office in a lot of these organizations. And the whole point was not because of efficiency or profitability, it was because most of them have real estate investments in the city centers where most of these organizations are located. So they noticed, oh shit, like the real estate value is going down. And on top of that, we made deals with the municipal. And the municipal is like, yo, you guys were saying we're gonna bring in like almost 20,000 people here. They're gonna be buying coffee here. They're gonna be renting these houses. which we also kind of like got into these deals, got them built, and some of our staff in the municipal and politicians also bought those houses because they knew there's going to be people who are going to come into those houses. And all of a sudden, bam, they're gone. Because, I mean, as a worker, why the heck should I live in the city? And I can go get like a house in the village with good Wi-Fi and work from there or far away from the city. All I need is a supermarket and access to healthcare and water and everything else, and I'm good. I don't need all this noise. So I think AI is going to go there. Once it replaces people to the point whereby nobody can afford to actually live anywhere close to any kind of city, and people realize, oh shit, this is actually affecting our investments in that who's buying the products? Who's going to buy the products? Who's going to indulge in most of these services that you actually purport to be using AI to increase productivity in order to produce for? Who are you producing it for? So they will have to kind of pump the brakes. So anyway, that's my take. And you know what? If you have if you have any kind of ideas, do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Anything, I make you feel bad, you don't like me, let me know in the comment section. See you in the next video.